Hi, my name's Ian Jackson. I'm an artist. I've produced all sorts of kinds of art, and I'm wanting to use my channel to show you what I'm doing, and I hope you enjoy the channel and you can learn and help me to learn as well. So thank you for looking in. Today on this video I'll be looking at aquatone pencils like these. These are the only ones I've got. They're not very easily got hold of, but if you can get hold of them, they are very good. So we'll have a look at what you can do with them. They're by Derwent. So let's have a look at the video. The paper I'm using is I believe a German company. It's a very good quality watercolor paper, and we can see that it's 425 grams or 200 pounds, so it's a fairly heavy paper. These are some of the tools that you can use to put water in with the aquatone pencil. You can obviously use the traditional brushes like that, but in this particular piece of artwork that I did, I used these refillable water pen brushes. These are Derwent ones, and that's a Royal Langton version of that kind of pen brush. So let's now move on to looking at one of the pictures that I produced, a preliminary painting or drawing, if you want to call it that. What I'm doing today is looking at some artwork that I've been doing recently. So let's have a look at the pencils here. They are solid all the way through, and these are the only ones I've got. I've had to do a limited palette picture, but I did introduce an Inktense pencil. What you can do is not just get lots of washy areas like that, you can get some really nice strong line work. And also, when you do allow it to dry, you can also reintroduce water into it and it reacts really nicely. This is an example of the original test sheet. You can see it can do very, very light washes and quite strong areas like that. Let's just look at the pencils themselves, and this is the one I use mainly. It took a while to blunt down, but when it does get blunt and you need it to be sharp for bits of line work and things like that, then Lindsay, the frugal crafter, gave me a great tip. When you're sharpening these, because they're solid, you don't want to lose all that pigment. So what you do is sharpen it into a little place where you can keep the sharpenings, and then you use them on your painting. Great tip, Lindsay. But it has actually done quite a bit of work, that with that small amount it's done quite a bit. Just a quick idea of what I did to produce the image. basically found little areas and filled it like that, and then little areas like that, and built up the image. Now in some places I do very deliberate strong lines, and it were built up like that, the image. I've filled my brush with water now, and just look at the coverage that you can actually get with this. Look how smaller area I actually penciled in, and how bigger area you get coverage, and you can keep doing that, and you can squirt water in it. Look how active that is. That is great, and you can get all sorts of effects from that. So this would be wet on dry. So you can do that. And again, let's see if that blends. And it is, yeah. Although it does take a little bit of work in that. So another experiment that I did is blending two colours when you actually pencil the image in like this. You get another colour. No, it's not a particularly matching colour, but and then let's see. I've got a blue there, and look how nicely that blends. You can blend it into one, or you can leave it like that, two separate blends. Let's apply some light shading onto the paper. There you go, that's as much as I'll need. And we're going to use a spritzer to see if we can make that react as a watercolour would react. I've got my spritzer full of water now, and we're going to spray this section here to see whether that will change in any way or turn watercoloury. We may even have a look at that that's already been watered down to see whether that changes. So let's have a go. Wow, yeah, it gives it quite a bit of texture, that, doesn't it? Let's see if we can spritz that as well. So you can see that there's real movement in the paint still, because with a lot of pencils that are watercolour you get hardly any movement whatsoever. So that's another real plus for these pencils. A Derwent Inktense pencil. So the Inktense do go with the aquatone. Later I had a go at using some 120 gram paper, drawing paper. I'd love to know what you think about these pencils and whether you've had any success getting hold of them. So that's been my review stroke slight introduction to how to use these pencils, and I hope you've enjoyed them. What we're seeing here is a finished piece of work. So we've done some experimenting, we've looked at what it can do, and we've took it to the point where you can actually get a finished piece of work done. Well, that has been my first YouTube video for proper. If you like what you've seen, you can press the like button or subscribe to my channel, but most importantly, please comment on what you thought about the video. So thank you for staying on the channel and watching the video, and hopefully in the not too distant future I'll be putting some more videos up about various forms of art. So happy YouTubing, bye.